There are 3 ways to read the story 1 or 2 or 3 more times after you maintain the habit of reading every day 3 pages. For those who are too busy and cannot arrange your time to read 3 pages per day, and maybe for 1 week you only read 9 pages. So at the end of every week, on the weekend, for example, or on at Friday night, you can buy a cake for yourself or any kind of food that you prefer to eat, and then it's like a motivation. You will read again 9 pages that you have just finished on that week. Read 9 pages again with the higher speed. Okay. For example, like this. September, Tuesday. First of all, let me get something straight. That is a journal, not a diary. I know what it says on the cover, but when Mom went out to buy this thing, I specifically told her to get one that didn't say diary on it. Great. All I need is for some jerk to catch me carrying this book around and get the wrong idea. The other thing I want to clear up right away is that this was Mom's idea, not mine. But if she thinks I'm going to write down my feelings in here or whatever, she's crazy. So just don't expect me to be on Dear Diary this and Dear Diary that. The only reason I agree to do this at all is because I figured later on, when I'm rich and famous, I'll be better things to do than answer people's stupid questions all day long. So this book is gonna come in handy. Like I said, I'll be famous one day, but for now, I'm stuck in the middle school with a bunch of morons. Let me just say for the record that I think middle school is the dumbest idea ever invented. You got kids like me who haven't hit their growth spurt yet, mixed in with these gorillas who need to shave twice a day. And then they wonder why bullying is such a big problem in middle school. If it was to me, grade levels would be based on height, not age. But then again, I guess that would mean kids like Shirab Gupta would still be in the 1st grade. Today is the first day of school, and right now we are just waiting around for the teacher to hurry up and finish the sitting chart. So I figured I might as well write in this book to pass the time. By the way, let me give you some good advice. On the first day of school, you got to be real careful where you sit. You walk into the classroom and just plunk your stuff down on any old desk. And the next thing you know, the teacher is saying, I hope you like where you're sitting because these are your permanent seats. Ah! So, in this class, I got stuck with Chris Horsey in front of me and Lionel James in back of me. Jason Brill came in late and almost sat to my right, but luckily I stopped that from happening at the last second. Next period, I should just sit in the middle of a bunch of hot girls as soon as I step in the room. But I guess if I do that, it just proves I didn't learn anything from last year. Man, I don't know what is up to with girls these days. It used to be a whole lot simpler back in elementary school. The deal was, if you were the fattest runner in your class, you got all the girls. And in 5th grade, the fattest runner was Ronnie McCoy. Nowadays, it's a whole lot more complicated. Now, it's about the kind of clothes you wear or how rich you are, or if you have a cute bed or whatever. The kids like Ronnie McCoy are scratching their head, wondering what the heck happened. The most popular boy in my grade is Priest Anderson. The thing that really stings is that I have always been into girls, but kids like Bryce have only come around in the last couple of years. I remember how Bryce used to act back in elementary school. Girls are stinky poos. Yeah. I don't think girls are stinky poos. Okay, to not wonder about how many pages you have read for the target, 10 pages for the weekend. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then you make the dog ear of the entire group of pages that you need to read for the weekend. Every phases. Every phases of 10 pages. And then after you finish for the next, so you also count it and you strengthen this again. Back. Make it flat. Okay. So now get back to the target today. Okay. But of course, now I don't get any credit for sticking with the girls on this time. Like I said, Praise is the most popular kid in our grade. So that leaves all the rest of us scrambling for the other spots. The best I can figure is that I'm somewhere around 52 or 52nd or 53rd most popular this year. But the good news is that I'm about to move up one spot because Shockley Davies is above me and he's getting his praises next week. I try to explain all this popularity stuff to my friend Rowley, who is probably hovering around right around the 150 mark, by the way. But I think it just goes in one ear and out the other with him. Wednesday. Today we had phys ed. So the first thing I did when I got outside was sneak off to the basketball court to see if the cheese was still there. And I'm sure enough it was. That piece of cheese has been sitting on the blacktop since last spring. I guess it must have dropped out of someone's sandwich or something. After a couple of days, the cheese started getting all moldy and nasty. Nobody would play basketball on the court where the cheese was, even though that was the only court that had a hoop with a net. Then one day, this kid named Darren Walsh touched the cheese with his finger, and that's what started this thing called the cheese touch. It's basically like the cooties. If you get the cheese touch, you're stuck with it until you pass it on to someone else. The only way to protect yourself from the cheese touch is to cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. But it's not that easy. Remembering to keep your fingers crossed every moment of the day, I end up taping mine together. Like that. So, they would cross all the time. I got an D in handwriting, but it was totally worth it. This one kid named Paul got the cheese touch in apron, and nobody would even come near him for the rest of the year. This summer, Abby moved away to California and took the cheese touch with him. I just hope someone doesn't start the cheese touch up again, because I don't need that kind of stress in my life anymore. Thursday. I'm having a serious hard time getting used to the fact that summer is over and I have to get out of bed every morning to go to school. My summer did not exactly get off a great start thanks to my older brother, Roderick. A couple of days into summer vacation, Roderick woke me up in the middle of the night. He told me I slept through the whole summer, but that luckily I woke up just in time for the first day of school. You might think I'm pretty dumb for falling for that one, but Roderick was dressed up in his school clothes and he set my alarm clock ahead to make it look like it was the morning. Plus, he closed my curtain so I couldn't see that it was still dark out. After Roderick woke me up, I just got dressed and went downstairs to make myself breakfast, like I do every morning on a school day. But I guess I must have made a pretty big racket because the next thing I knew, Dad was downstairs yelling at me for eating cereals at 3 in the morning. It took me a minute to figure out what the heck was going on. After I did, I told Dad that Roderick had played a trick on me and he was the one that should be getting yelled at. Dad walked down to the basement to chew Roderick out, and I tagged along. I couldn't wait to see Roderick get what was coming to him. But Roderick covered his track pretty good, and to this day, I'm sure that things I have got a screw loose or something. Okay, that is the end of the target today, and now cheer! It's a piece of cake. Okay, a piece of cake is mean that too easy to finish. So hope you enjoy the reading time. I am try to keep the habit. Reading habit is very important for you to experience the new thing, the new point of view of characters, and also relax. Just relax, okay? Hope you enjoyed it.